The government is capable of providing housing, and I'll qualify that argument by saying, just look at the budget, the 2025 budget, 2026 budget for the Lagos State, right? You'll see that the Lagos State House of Assembly, for instance, has budgeted 6.2 billion for houses in Abuja for 40 members. They've budgeted 4.5 billion to buy generators for themselves for 40 members. They've budgeted 20 billion for pool cars for 40 members. Remember that they budgeted about 30 billion last year and another 15 or so a year before. So in 3 years, they budgeted about 65 billion for cars, right? So inadvertently, we're servicing the vanities of the elite in Lagos State and perhaps across Nigeria.
Funding their ambition.
Funding their, it's not even an ambition is a good thing. They are vanities, right? So, I mean, what are honorable members doing with houses in Abuja? What do they need generators for? What do they need brand new cars or pool cars every year for? Right? So you can't make the argument that they don't have the money to fund a social housing problem, because that's the easiest money to raise. You can do that either by levying taxes on luxury property in Lagos State. So if you want to build luxury property, you pay a certain amount of tax that directly funds social housing. You can do that by engineering a mortgage system. Lagos used to have its own mortgage system where civil servants could actually go and get a mortgage to own a home. I repeat, many of these Jakonde houses that you see were actually funded by a mortgage. They didn't buy it outrightly. Many of them didn't buy it outrightly. So you can provide seed funding and guarantee to fund some sort of a mortgage system that unlocks opportunities for home ownership, for thousands of Lagosians.
Even in the hinterland.
Even in the hinterland. So again, and it's important I also note this. You can actually build in the hinterlands, right? The only problem with building in the hinterlands, because if you study what happened in Soweto in South Africa, Mbeki tried to do that when he wanted to increase housing stock for black people who had been marginalized, and he built at the hinterlands, outskirts of Johannesburg, right? What happened years later was that slums were all over the city because there were no job opportunities there. There were not enough social services like hospitals, schools, and stuff, and they're not economical. And I don't even know why there's a central business district. It's supposed to be decentralized.
Absolutely.
But we do have a central business district. And if you can connect people from the hinterlands to the central business district at a fair price, then that strategy would work. You can build in all of these places, no problem. Just connect people to the central business district. But they are not doing that. They have this laissez-faire attitude towards it. Like, you guys are going to figure it out yourselves. It's not our jobs to do this. We're elected to just give press conferences and to wait for people at the airports. I mean, there's just nothing. If you sit back and think about it for a minute and think about what real social problem has this government solved. Think about it. There's open defecation in Lagos is worsening by the day. If you leave your house early at 5:30, 6 a.m., it's a carnival of people pooing on the main roads that you see everywhere in Lagos State, right? If sanitation is a problem, waste, everybody's living with their piles of waste in their homes, it's completely broken down. So what social services are they solving? What are they doing? They can't fund street lights to work. I mean, it's bizarre when you think about it. They are now trying to tell you, I had on the news story.
Is it also because there are people who vandalize government structures or steal?
And it's important to note that when you say people vandalize government structures, it's why we must never alienate the people in society. Because what we continue to do, like I said earlier, about how powerlessness leads to militancy,
absolutely,
is that we've created a you versus us kind of system. People no longer feel included in the state, right? So they want to take. So if I'm sitting next to a pole that can guarantee me 10,000 naira, what do I care when I know that the person in office is driving cars, 10 times the income he's declared to us?
That's a solid moral argument.
I'm going to take my own poll.
So then,
that's the problem.
It's that whatever nuisance is in society can be